Good evening, StreamYard and YouTube fans. This is Philip Reynolds, and I started this game between the Bridegrooms and the Orioles, the Pine Tar baseball, this morning, and I didn't get a chance to put it on, but I'm going to recap you kind of what's happened to the point I'm at, and I'm in the top of the fifth inning. Brooklyn Bridegrooms are leading 3-0, and I'm going to recap what happened. In the first inning, Charlie Reynolds got a single, and then there was a ground out, a strikeout, and a ground out. A ground out to third and a ground out to first. In the bottom, the Orioles came up and got a ground out to first, a ground out to third, and a fly out to center. In the second, the Brooklyn Bridegrooms got a ground out to third, a ground out to short, and a ground out to first. The Orioles got a fly out to left, a strike, and a fly out to left. In the third, that's when the Bridegrooms scored. You got a single by Smith, a sacrifice by Terry Adonis, the pitcher. You had a grounder to short. You had an error by the third baseman. You had a walk, a single by Burns, a single by Fouts, and then a fly out to left and a grounder to first, and that brought across 3 runs in that inning. In the bottom of the third, you had a strikeout, an error by the second baseman to get the guy to first. Henderson sacrificed to 5-4 to get the guy to second. And York came up and flew out to left field. And then in the top of the fourth, Smith had an error reached on an error by the second baseman. Sac fly by Terry, got him over to second. Reynolds struck out and Collins flied out. And then in the bottom of the fourth, Clinton walked. He got to second, I believe, on one of these grounders, because Summer grounded to second, Trotter grounded to short, and Stearns grounded to second as well, and that was the end of the inning. And so far, just by looking at this, there's no hits by the Orioles at all. I mean, you had a guy reach on an error. You have a walk in the fourth, and that's it. There's no hits so far yet. The Brooklyn has 1, 2, 3, 4. Brooklyn has 4 hits, and as a result of it, they've got 3 runs. We're going to go down to the field, and we're going to start the top of the 5th inning. O'Brien is the hitter. and that's where we're going to start. 3-zip, Brooklyn Bridegrooms, and we're playing in Baltimore. These are the same teams that I used the other day with the 10-6. I kind of want to show you that, from day to day, that you're not going to get the same, even though you use the same teams and probably the same pitchers, but I'm not using the same pitchers. The pitcher for Baltimore is Hardy Henderson, and the pitcher for Brooklyn is Terry Adams. All right, let's go down to the field. Start at the top of the fifth. All right, O'Brien. Let's roll for O'Brien. And that is a 22. And if I remember correctly, positive defensive roll table, hits on rolls 22. Let's see. Is it a hit? 22 is a single. That is a yes. So we'll take a look here. We'll re-roll the 2 white dice. It is a 72, and that is a shortstop. And the shortstop for the Orioles is Macular. And he is a neutral fielder, so that is a hit to center field. So O'Brien gets a hit to center field. So that is, and that brings up Burns. All right, center field. Okay, an 80, and that is a fly out to right field by Burns. Nine brings up Fouts. That is an 82, and on Fouts' card, that's a fly out to center field. Brings up Corkill. .48. That will be a ground out to first base. Okay. All right. Oh. And we got Gardner up, and he is the right fielder. That is a 44. No. No. I'm taking my time here because I think 44 is something on the rules, and I have to take a look and see if I can find it. Um, no, no. Let's see here real quick. Oh, here it is. Rare play. Optional rule applies to first batter roll of 44, and that's the case here. And this is Gardner. So we will roll the dice again. I knew there was something. Okay. And as you see, we rolled an 84. And it says foul ball. Left-handed pitcher picks off the lead runner. Oh, bases empty. Okay, so there's yeah, there's nobody on. So this just says foul ball. Since the bases were empty, it's a foul ball. So that's basically strike one for Gardner. Right. That is a 58, and for Gardner, that is a strikeout. Macular is up. That is a 21. If you see, 21 for Macular is a base on balls. So that is a walk. That brings up Manning. And that brings a 6 up for Manning. And that will be a single. And we will check Macular's speed. He is a medium base runner or moderate base runner. So So based on this, that is a 6. That is even. So he goes 2 bases. So Macular will go to third. And we have runners at first and third for Baltimore. First and third for Baltimore. And we will go to the pitcher. Okay, Henderson is up. We're going to, since there's one out, here, and the pitcher's up, we're going to try a suicide squeeze here, which for his sacrifice chance, instead of a 70, that puts it down to a 45% chance of him making this. But we're going to try it anyway. All right. And that is a 72. And that is an even roll. It says lead runner out 5-2. So Macular is out coming to home. It means Henderson gets on. And Manning goes to second. So there's 2 outs. New York is up. And that is a 48. And for York, that is a range or error check for a putout. 48 is the third baseman, which for Bridegrooms is Pickney. He has an error chance of 3, and that is a 1, and that is an error. And first and second error, that means the bases are loaded. And Clinton comes up. All right, Clinton comes up here. And That is an 85, and for Clinton, that'll be a fly out to center field. So, Summers up next. Okay. Pick me is up for the Bridegrooms. And that is a 69, and that will be a ground out to shortstop. Smith is up. And that is a 3. And a 3 for Smith is a double. Okay. That brings Terry up, and he will swing away because a bunt here does nothing. And that is a 34. And that is a base on balls. The walk by Terry. Brings up Charlie Reynolds. And at first and second. The 56. And that will be a ground out to shortstop. Bring up Collins. $23. And that will be a base on balls. And that will load the bases for the Bridegrooms. With 2 outs. Two outs, bases are loaded. All right. Brings up O'Brien. For 31. And that will be a walk. So Smith scores. Terry to third. Collins to second. And Burns is up. Burns is up. And that is a 2. For Burns, a 2 is a triple. Wow. Burns gets a triple off that. Four runs score in this inning, making it 7-0. And I have to look at them. No, I have to look at the Well, so far no minuses to Baltimore, but if they give up another run, he'll only be able to go 8, and his grade level will be reduced to a B or 1 level. So Faust pitches. Bats. We've got a man at third. We've got 2 outs, and Faust is up. And that is a 1. And for Burns, that is another triple. Wow. 2 back-to-back triples. And that's enough for the Orioles to go to their bullpen. And they will bring in the closer that they used yesterday, and that's McLaughlin. Okay. And that brings up Corkill. And that is a wow. I'm going to have to re-roll that because that was a leaner, it looked like. 58. And that will be a ground out second baseman. Wow. And 1, 2, 3, 5 runs were scored that inning. And Summer comes up for the Orioles. Donna's still pitching. Okay, Summer is up. Let's see how Summer does. That is a 50, and that will be a strikeout. Brings up Trot. '82, and that is a fly out to center field. Brings up Stearns. '91, and that will be a fly out to center field. All right. Okay. We're in the top of the seventh. Pickney is up. Pickney's up. $33. And let's see if anything happened with 33. I don't think so. Nope. Nothing special with the 33. Except for the fact that it is a range play for a put out or a pop out. 33 is second baseman. And the second baseman in this case is for that would be Manning. And he has an error of 4, and that is the case. And that is a two-base error. So we have a man at second. Two-base error. Smith comes up. That is a 14, and that will be a single. And Pickney is a medium runner, and that is even. Even, that will be advanced 2 bases. So Pickney comes in to score, and we have a runner at first. And that brings Terry up. With no outs, he's going to go ahead and do a sacrifice. And that is 9. That means it's successful, and that is an odd roll. That means Smith goes to second, and you got a 3-4 put out for Terry. Brings us to the top of the order. And that brings up Reynolds. That is a 12. And that will be a single for Reynolds. Okay, and with Smith, take a look at Smith. He is a medium runner. We've got 21. Runner advancement, so that's odd. So he will only be able to go one base. We have runners at first and third. And that brings up Collins. '81 for Collins will be a fly out to right field. Let's see if Smith can make it home now. 81, that's to right field. Third base. Okay, so we need, in order for him to make it home, we need a 65 or less. Okay, so he's got to get a 65 or less to get home. Oh, and he is out at the plate. He did not make it. Oh, wait a minute. No, I guess that. No, he's unable to. He is unable to come home, and O'Brien is up. That's what that means. 27, and for O'Brien, a 27 is a base on balls. Bases are loaded. We have 2 outs, and we have Burns up. Burns is up. '95, and that will be a fly out to left field. But we did have another run cross the plate. We did have another run cross the plate, and it's now 9 to 0. Garner and let's go back down to the field for the bottom of the 7th. Still no runs still no runs by the Orioles. Gardner's up. That is a 31, and that will be a range play for a putout. 31 is second baseman, which is Collins. Collins is a 4, and that is a 9, so that there is no error on that. So that is basically a put out by the second baseman. Macular is up. That is a 33. And that will be a pop-up. And 33 is second baseman, which is Collins. And that is above, so he's got that one too. Brings up Manning. That is an 87, which will be a fly out to center field. Okay. And Faust is the batter for the top of the 8th. That's a 60. And that will be a ground out to second base. 6. Brings up Corkill. '89 for Corkill. We fly out to center. Brings up Pickney. And that is a 14, which is a single. And that is hit to right field. It's a single. Okay. Brings up Smith. It's 14. That is a single. 14, runner advancement, that will be even. That will be 2 bases. So Pickney goes to third. So runners at first and third. And that will bring Terry up to the plate. And there's 2 outs, so he has to roll. And that will be a 62 for Terry. And that will be a grounder to second. All right. That brings up McLaughlin to bat first. So that is a 32. That 32 winds up being to the second baseman, who is Collins. And Collins, it has an error of 4, and that will be an error. So McLaughlin gets base on an error. And that will bring up York. York is up. That's an 81. That'll be a fly out to right field. Okay. Brings up Clinton. .47 for Clinton. It's going to be a range play. 47 here will be third baseman. Third baseman is Pickney. Pickney is an error of 3. That's 9. So Pickney will catch that. Okay. The last time through the order for the Bridegrooms. Top of the 9th, Reynolds goes first. And that's 52. And that'll be a ground ball to second base, G4. Collins is up. .95 for Collins. They fly out to left field. Which brings up O'Brien. It's an 87, and that'll be a fly out to center. So no runs for, 9 runs for the Bridegrooms. You got 3 in the 3rd, 5 in the 6th, and 1 in the 7th. And the Bridegrooms, they're not looking at a no-hitter, but they are looking at a possible shutout with the Orioles here. So there is possible shutout, and Summer is up. So can the Bridegrooms get a shutout here? Yeah. That's a 25. And for That is a single, but Terry is an A-plus pitcher. Single, A-plus. That is a strikeout on the pitcher modifier table. So Sumner strikes out. Brings up Trot. $72 for Trot. That will be a fly out to right field. Brings up Stern. And this is the last batter for, possibly the last batter for Orioles. And that is a 63, and that's a strikeout. So that's your final today. It's 9-0 Bridegrooms. No home runs. A lot of it just kind of single walk here and there type thing. Got a couple triples that scored a lot of people. But yeah, and you went 1, 2, 3 in the first, 1, 2, 3 in the second. You had 4 batters in the third, 4 batters in the fifth, 6 in the fifth, 3 in the sixth, 3 in the seventh. You know, 3 in the eighth and 3 in the ninth, and they got hits. It was just wound up being a shutout. So, oh, I see what I did. No, that's right. So that's the first shutout with Pine Tar Baseball engine, and I actually think that's pretty much my first shutout with any engine, pretty much. I haven't had very many blanks. You have to go back over my playlist to see if I had any other shutouts, but this is the first one that I know of. So I'm just sorry that I brought you in at the 5th inning. I just didn't have a chance because of stuff going on this morning. I didn't have a chance to broadcast anything. But by the time you already got into the game, which was the 5th inning, it was already 3-0, and pretty much the game was pretty much over at that point. I didn't think the Orioles would. I thought the Orioles might try to make a comeback like they did yesterday, but that just wasn't the case. They just completely got shut down. They had one error, 2 errors, 3 errors by the Bridegroom. And you got 1, 2, 3. You had 3 errors by the Orioles. You had 1. You got 1 hit by the Orioles. Yeah, 1 hit. 1 hit away from basically pretty much you could say a no a no-hitter. Not a perfect game, but a no-hitter. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 hits by the Bridegroom, and they scored 9 runs. So your final box score was Bridegrooms 9 runs, 12 hits, 3 errors. The Orioles no runs, 1 hit, and 3 errors. Yeah, it's like I said, it's you just never know what's going to happen day to day. You could pitch the same guys that I pitched today, and you could get a totally different outcome. That's it's just the way things happen. And the only thing that I did, I kept the same lineups. I left Charlie Reynolds in there, and he's your second baseman. I put him in there because he's Reynolds. Kind of, even though we're not related, it's kind of one of those who knows maybe type thing. Just the last name. So, um, but that there you have it. And the game gets done. I'd probably say I've been talking probably for about 7 minutes here. Um, so probably at the 50-minute mark or so, which is a far cry from an hour and 40 minutes. But then I was just learning the game, so a little bit less time. It probably would have taken over an hour or so, but that's okay. That's pretty much what I expect, about an hour and 25 minutes for a baseball game. Well, you guys take care. I hope all your rolls are good ones. Have a good week, and I will see you next time.